Hi, thank you for stopping by the comms department page. We'd like to take a moment and just tell you a little bit about the comms department and the courses that we offered. My name is Dr. Lisa Brewster, and I've been at Miramar since 1999. I know it's way before many of you were born, but still, I've been here a long time. I enjoy working at Miramar because I feel like it really is a small campus, even though we continue to grow. And we take a lot of time getting to know our students and make sure they're successful. I got my master's degree in speech communications from San Francisco State University and continued on to get my PhD in organizational leadership and behavior. I love teaching the comms classes that I do teach, and in a few minutes, you'll find out what they are.
Hi, everybody. My name is Pablo Martin, and I have been teaching here at Miramar since 2014. So I've got a master's in communication studies from San Diego State and another master's in environmental studies as well. I love teaching communication studies here at Miramar, mostly because the students are so awesome. And my role, kind of my approach is I just like to mentor folks and help them find out what they're passionate about and point them in the right direction as well as I can. And speech and other comms classes are a great avenue for me to do that. Look forward to meeting you hopefully in person someday.
Hi, my name is Alex Mata. I teach communication studies here at Miramar. I got my master's at California State University, Chico, and I've been teaching at Miramar for 7 years now. I absolutely love teaching comms. It's such an interesting and diverse major. I really love the students at Miramar. They're so wonderful, and working with them to achieve their goals is absolutely something that I'm very passionate about here as an instructor. The three of us make up the Communication Studies Department here at Miramar College, and we want to share a little bit more with you about what comms is here at Miramar. Communication studies is a very diverse major with a focus on communicating intrapersonally, which is internally, interpersonally with other people, effectively in groups, within your communities, and in mass comm or mass media, as some like to call it. All of us take diverse approaches to teaching the courses that we're going to be sharing with you today. We like to have application-based assignments, as in speeches and group work. We also assign papers and more traditional projects as well. So we're going to jump into some of our classes that we offer right now in communication studies at Miramar College. Before we do so, we did want to tell you about some of the jobs that you may be looking forward to if you major in communication studies. Some of the biggest ones that have been listed in 2020 so far are things like journalism, social media manager, public relations, healthcare, government politics, things that have to do with human resources, and pretty much anything within like digital journalism or media in that sense. Other majors that require a lot of comms classes are majors like business, education, law, psychology, again, the medical field, sociology, and journalism. Although most majors require at least one or more communication courses to fulfill GE requirements. I'm going to pass this over to Pablo, who is going to cover Comms 103 or oral communication.
Thanks, Alex. So yeah, oral communication is a course that we really recommend you take your first semester here or wherever you're going to school. It's going to set you up for success in all of your courses for a couple of reasons. As you can see, it's going to help you out with your verbal and non-delivery verbal skills or delivery skills, help you learn how to compose and deliver different kinds of speeches to different kinds of audiences, some with lots of preparation, some with very little. And finally, and I think one of the most important aspects of this class, beyond just the delivery aspect, is helping you learn how to research and then take that information and organize it in a way that's going to help you reach your audience most effectively. As you can see, the basic assignments are, you're going to be writing outlines for speeches that are a lot like papers, as well as preparing speeches and then reflecting on your own work as a speaker and helping others with their speeches as well.
Comms 135 or interpersonal communications is actually what all my degrees are in. I love the field of interpersonal communications because relationships are complicated,
Mhm.
and every single one of them is different. So you can't have the same behaviors in different relationships. And we have so many different relationships that we're involved in. In this class, we look at our own behaviors in relationships and compare them to the theories and the concepts of interpersonal communications. And we start to analyze how we act and react, what our thought processes are, and how that influences our verbal and nonverbal communication, so that we start to get insight into the different things that make relationships work and what really hinders relationships. We'll spend a lot of time really just sharing out ideas and developing our own understanding of interpersonal communication through the lens of ourselves. And we'll do that through some written analysis of behaviors. We'll do a couple of presentations in this class where we share ideas and connect the concepts back to ourselves. And we also really spend a lot of time communicating with one another. And that can be seen as giving feedback, or it can be just sharing ideas and connecting with one another and building the relationships that we need in our lives.
Comms 160 is another of my favorite classes to teach here at Miramar. Focuses obviously on argumentation. In this class, you're going to learn what the building blocks of arguments are, so you can better make your own arguments, as well as identify flaws in other arguments, including your own, to make them better or to improve the conversation. This course really going to focus on helping you develop arguments that show a sensitivity to the information, right? Is it good information? Is it broad information? Who's your audience? Like, what does that audience want or need to hear? And then opposing views, how to speak to those in an inviting way, ideally. We'll also look at the difference between collaborative and adversarial argument styles in this class. Collaborative meaning seeking consensus between opposing views, versus adversarial, which is more of a speech and debate approach, which has more of a winner and a loser. Some of the assignments in here, you'll be writing position papers, doing interactive dialogues and arguments with folks, and presentations as well.
The next course that we want to cover with you is Comms 170, which is our small group communication class. I love teaching this class. It's actually quite interesting, and I think that it's a great real-world application course. It's very similar to the 103 course in that you will be creating and presenting professional presentations in front of an audience. The added lens here is learning how to do that within a group. So you will be researching with a group, preparing with the group, and delivering with the group. With that comes a lot of information and practice in group communication and how to do that effectively. You will learn what kind of group member you are, how to be an effective group member, how to work well with other people, and how to become a leader. Some of the assignments that you'll be completing in this class are, like I mentioned, professional presentations. You'll be giving feedback to others, feedback to your peers, other groups. You will be completing papers and projects with your groups outside of just the presentations, and lots of participation in group activities.
Next, we have Comms 180, or intercultural communications. And my favorite thing about this class is when students often begin, they ask me what culture is, and we have large discussions about what culture is. And it comes down to 90% of my students believe culture is ethnicity. But culture is so much more than just your ethnicity. And the heart of this class is uncovering who we are based on our culture and subcultures, and how have they influenced us. We'll look at all the theories and the concepts behind intercultural communications through the lens of trying to become more culturally competent. How do we develop communication skills that are more competent and less offensive to those of other cultures? And we do this through sharing. So there's a lot of discussions that take place in this class where we actually share things from our own cultural experience or our own subcultures that we belong to, with the notion or the idea that what will happen is, as we start to see others' perspectives and others' ideas, we begin to broaden our understanding of what culture is and how culture influences us. So there'll be a lot of activities where we're sharing examples, where we're taking from the learning that's occurring and we're citing sources and we're connected to our own personal life so that we can see it through the lens of each other. As a result, there is a heavy emphasis on giving feedback to one another, to commenting, to connecting, to recognizing the differences and the similarities. Though this will be done through papers and discussion board assignments or discussions in class. And ideally, we're going to develop deliverables to show the audience. So this class really focuses on how do we showcase our work, not just written work, but also make it visually more appealing for people. Again, pushing towards the jobs in communication, and how do we market what we are learning in a way that other people are interested in learning it?
Okay, the last class that we would like to cover with you is our Comms 201 class, or our Communication and Community class. This class is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to teach, and it's a lot of fun to take because it really covers everything. It is our comprehensive survey comms course. It's designed for anyone, but specifically comms majors. Before you transfer on to your upper division classes, this class is going to spend about a week in every significant area of communication studies, going over interpersonal all the way to mass comm, having us look at these a little bit more in a more complex way and studying the theories related to them. There are going to be presentations, there will be projects, you will be working in groups. You will also be doing some career-related curriculum, talking about what field you want to go into, what it's going to take for you to get there, and even practicing interviewing for those positions specifically. This class is also going to help you prepare for research, which you will probably be doing in your upper division classes. So you will be exposed to qualitative and quantitative research, how to write research papers and proposals, and finally, really how to cultivate what you're most interested in communication studies, and then how you can take that into the rest of your academic career.
It's important that you understand that communications is a field that is designed to help you learn the critical skills, both verbal and nonverbal skills. We want to help you improve your public speaking, but we recognize that not every career focuses on public speaking. So we utilize skills that are connected to presenting in meetings or leading a team that all have to do with the public speaking aspect, but different than a straight out large audience public speaking. Now, in addition to really looking at how we can help our students, one of the things that we encourage all of you to do is to meet with a counselor and develop an educational plan, or an ED plan. Your ED plan is designed to help you move through Miramar smoothly, and your counselor will work with you to plan out all the courses that you need to take during the semesters that you plan to be here so that you can transfer to the institution of your dreams. Please make sure that you follow that plan and that you meet with your counselor regularly.
Well, thanks everybody. We're so glad you watched our video. If you made it all the way through, we really do look forward to work with you on your academic journey and just being here for whatever you need. We're all in this because we love teaching, we love helping people. You can find our email addresses here, and when we're back on campus, pop into our offices, say hi. We look forward to meeting you.